Without a doubt, one of the most challenging, difficult, and frustrating things about starting a business or starting pretty much anything is staying focused and gaining that much desire, that ever elusive couple hours of pure, uninterrupted, just concentration, where you can just get a week's worth of stuff done in like 6 hours. That period, that majestic little moment is incredibly difficult to reach for a lot of people, especially if you're someone like myself. If you're like me, this is something you've struggled with your entire life. I have ADHD, so I'm told anyway, but either way, I've had an incredibly difficult time of staying focused, staying centered, and actually focusing on one task, and even harder than that, not getting distracted by a million other things. As my dad used to say, chasing butterflies. I'm always that kind of person that if second there's another stimulus more important or more noticeable or interesting to me than what I'm currently doing, I'm gone. But that being said, over the past year or so, I really do think I've found a couple key things that I do and that you can do yourself to really give yourself the best chance to stay focused whenever you want. Do I still get distracted? Do I still lack concentration sometimes? Absolutely. But doing these steps that I'm going to walk you through in this video, I've been able to maintain and establish concentration and focus so much easier and been able to make it last so much longer. So in this video, I'm going to dive into a whole bunch of things where you can do to really give yourself that peak performance, that just ever elusive moment of concentration and focus, and stay like a laser focused all the time. All right, let's get to it. Awesomely sunny day outside today, so we're gonna go for a little bit of a walkabout in this video, though I do apologize if I just start raking out in sweat, as it is, I think, 30 degrees outside today, and that's the hottest day we've had so far this year, so kind of dying. Even the last one, I was just sweltering in my office there, but too nice not to be outside, so let's do it. Why the hell not, right? Yeah, you hear that too? Why wouldn't the neighbor kick on right when I press play? Well, rule number one in photography is you need to be patient. All right, number one is probably the most broad and obvious, and that is to remove distractions. Get this ugly little thing out of your room. Don't even have it in the same room. Keep it completely gone on a different charge downstairs. Keep it in the kitchen, in your bedroom, whatever. If that thing is there, at least for me, I'm always looking at it. I'm always gravitating towards it. Next is remove other things, such as annoying noises, things that are buzzing around your room. If you help close the drapes, I keep my room almost blacked out, and that really helps me sit in there and focus in there. Another one is, if you have a chance, if it's a possibility, turn the Wi-Fi off. For example, when I'm editing, I'll turn the Wi-Fi off, so I get absolutely zero notifications, zero pings, zero distraction. Even if I want to go over to the media browser or the web browser, I immediately click on and it says I'm not connected, and that makes me click on that I shouldn't be doing that anyway, and sends me back to my editing. So eliminate all of the distractions you can. Keep that room like a little place, that room or that corner of your house, a place of solitude. Another thing that kind of fits in this category is keep that room to just work or just whatever it is you're trying to do. Don't mix a bunch of whole other activities, watching Netflix, searching YouTube, doing all this stuff in there. Keep that room a little area of solitude just for your work and your progress. All right, let's keep going. There's like a whole bunch of little kittens in here. Oh, hi buddy, it's okay. Come here, come here. Come here. It's okay. God damn. Oh man, that entire patch I was just sitting in is full of stingers. Oh, that's not fun. That burns. All right, number two is to figure out if you work best in a quiet space or listening to music. Personally, I like listening to music. I like to have something in the background that's kind of going on that's like almost like a minor little beat that I can just kind of follow along. Or like when I was in high school, I actually used to study and I put on a show that I've seen a million times, such as Friends or something like that, that I don't really pay attention to, but it's on in the background. It's something else going on, that the room is not just dead quiet. Or I had a good friend of mine that when we were doing some crazy hard farm work in Australia, he used to listen to the same song over and over and over again on repeat, because all it did is put his mind in a sense of just nothingness. He just never had to get distracted. He was just listening to that, and that was the simple rhythm he went with all day. On top of that, he used it as a timing. We were doing kind of pruning, cutting trees, and he used that as a method of knowing when and what time to get out of the tree. And again, there's also some people who work best in complete silence. They like the only thing that can possibly distract them or grab their attention, or only thing going on in that room is what they're doing right there. So test this out. Do a couple days of this, or even maybe a couple hours if that's enough for you. Figure out what works best for you and what period you were just most productive during that time. And then there you go. Use that to benefit your workflow. Side note on this is, if you do listen to music, don't listen to just any kind of music. Don't listen to the music I recommend that really jacks you up. So if you're kind of like normal music, but you also like rave music, I wouldn't recommend listening to rave or EDM or techno music while doing work. Maybe it works for you, but I think for most people, it kind of gets them too psyched up, and then they're thinking about the next party they're going to. So to each his own. Do some sampling, do some experimenting, figure out what works best right there. All right, found a patch of shade here to work with. Whipping right into number 3 is to set yourself up for success. Make a schedule and stick to it. Make a to-do list. Make a list of all the things you want and need to accomplish that day, that hour, and that week, and tick them off. This will not only help you stay organized and goal-oriented, but it'll give you that boost. Every time you tick something off, whether it's a task for that day or that hour or that week, it'll give you that sense of accomplishment, that sense like you've actually completed something, something has been finished here today, and it'll give you that extra boost to move on to something else. This is something that for the longest time I didn't do, and now that I have started doing it, it has completely changed my workflow. I am way faster, and I'm way more motivated to take on new tasks, and I'm quicker at completing them. So this one is something that absolutely is a must for any workflow. Woo, we are burning through these. All right, number 4 is something that is almost always overlooked by people, and that is taking breaks. People think when they're talking about taking a break, they're talking about taking a half an hour break to go do something. I find this really gets you distracted, and I think a lot of people would agree with me on that one. What I'm talking about is structuring your breaks to increase and elevate your productivity. Personally, what I do and what a lot of doctors recommend in psychology and in this field is to take micro breaks every 20 minutes. I'm talking a 1 or 2 minute break every 20 minutes. Personally, what I do is I'll literally get up and just walk around the house, get some water. I'll do a couple push-ups or something to make myself feel physical while I'm sitting at my desk all day. I get really stuck and stagnant, and I feel like I'm not doing a whole lot, and I feel like my body is really slouched. So one thing I'll do is I'll do something physical. Go up down the stairs a couple times, just walk around the house, go say hi to the dog, whatever it is. And then after this, every hour and a half, you should be taking a somewhat more relaxing and longer break, maybe 10 to 15 minutes every hour and a half. This will give you a chance to really separate from your environment, separate from your work, without pushing you so far away that you can't get back into it. For these breaks, a good thing to do is grab a quick snack, go for a walk with the dog, maybe make yourself a coffee, go outside, something like that. I usually like to just go sit out back with the dog and give myself a little bit of time, and give yourself maybe that little bit of a Instagram break or something like that if that's what you really need. These breaks, the micro breaks and a structured break every hour and a half, will really help you stay focused and make it feel like you're not just dragging at work and doing an excessive amount of work. All right, the final focus strategy, and my personal favorite, is to change your environment. This is so overlooked by everyone, but a lot of the time we get so tired and pent up in the exact same space. Even if you have an awesome, fully set up, decked out office, it's still good to get out of there. Go work in the backyard, go work in a cafe, go walk around the woods or something like I'm doing. This gives you a great refresh. It changes your mind. It's like going to the gym and working out the exact same muscle, but you're changing how you do it. And that is really essential because it's how our mind grows, it's how our mind develops, and this will give you a sense of almost like you're doing something different. While you're doing the same editing, writing, reading, blogging, whatever you're doing, this will give you a chance to separate from your environment and give you a refresh and really help push you to new boundaries, because you feel like you have something fresh and new. And a new environment is one of the best ways to spur new creativity, which if you're in a creative industry like myself or like many of us, that is the key to everything and the key to focus and productivity. Quick little bonus one here, because it just can't be specific to me, is to make sure you're not hungry. I am completely useless if I'm hungry. If I'm hungry, I'm grumpy, I'm unfocused, I'm irritable, I just am stressed out, I'm tired, everything. If I'm hungry, I am useless with every task, no matter how important it is or how motivated I am to do it. So give yourself a snack. If you're working in the morning, eat first. If you're working in the afternoon, make sure you grab that after work snack before you sit down for your hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of deep work. It'll really help you out, and it'll really set you on a path to success and focus, because you know it's not going to be in the back of your mind. The second I get that little bit of hunger craving or that rumble in my stomach, I'm out. It's over. It may as well turn the computer off and walk out of the room. So make sure, never be hungry. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I hope this was helpful to you. If you employ these tasks, I promise you will increase your productivity and increase your focus in whatever it is you want to do. Again, if you guys liked this video, please consider subscribing and liking this video. Really helps me out, really gives me that boost and gets this video to more people. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.